Goodbye, Mr. Roberts. My life wasn't how it was meant to be. It was already ruined from the day I was born. I don't have a story of anything else up to this point. However, the most recent part of my life was one to laugh about, because this was the only part where it truly made sense. I was getting ready for church, as I had done every Sunday for the last 43 years, putting on my sweater, pants, and other church attire. I felt weird that day, like something was off, but I couldn't tell. I felt my hand tingle. I looked at my finger, and there was a tiny black speck, just like a speck of fly shit. I found it odd, as I swear I had never noticed this oddity before. But then again, I only saw a few things I couldn't understand, so I took no notice of this and carried on. During church, I sat, and my legs were getting restless. It was particularly off-putting, as I had never experienced this. The sermon dragged on for hours. As I was holding my Bible, I saw at the corner of my eye the same speck I saw this morning, only it had gotten bigger. The speck had now turned into a dot. The day had finally ended, and I had returned to my car. Mrs. Witherby knocked on my glass and scared the living Christ out of me. Pardon my language, but it shook me hard. She was asking for a donation for the local boy who had recently been in an accident and needed surgery. I gave what I could and headed off home. I was taking off my shoes when I glanced at my hand again. This time the black dot had turned into something else. The entirety of my thumb had turned black. I did not know what to think at the time. I showed my friends, and they had never seen it before. Never seen anything like it. The black had reached up to the base of the thumb. I wrapped it in a bandage, trying to hide it from the world. But day by day, it kept growing. The black kept moving to other parts of my body. I went to the doctor and tried to see what was happening. He could not see it. He looked at me like I had lost my mind. He told me to go home and rest, but I told him that my friends had seen it. All of them can see my skin turning black. Why can't you? Please help me, I said. He had a look on his face that told me he wasn't interested in giving me therapy that morning. So I left on my way back to my apartment. On the way, I noticed it had reached. Further, it had gone all the way up to my arm, and now the entirety of my right side was covered in darkness, and my skin had turned black. I ran home and swallowed some pain tablets, hoping to calm my nerves. I went to the mirror and looked again. It was now creeping onto my left side. It won't stop until it consumes me. I put my jumper on and headed out the door, and that's when I saw it. I saw my way out of this mess, this misery. I'll be damned if I let this thing consume me. I crawled upon its ledge and said my last prayer, hoping I would never return.